The enforcers in my driveway. The morning sun burned low over Maplewood Lane, a quiet stretch of suburban homes where lawns were trimmed and mailboxes stood in neat rows. Robert Callahan, a 52-year-old U.S. Marshal with salt and pepper hair and a steady gaze, sipped his coffee as he backed his sedan out of the driveway. He was headed for a routine day, or so he thought. But as his tires crunched gravel, a black SUV with tinted windows screeched to a halt, blocking his path like a steel trap. No plates, no markings, just menace. Two men in tactical vests stepped out, their chests emblazoned with Neighborhood Compliance Unit. Robert's gut tightened. This wasn't about a missed trash pickup. This was trouble, and it was about to explode. The taller man, broad-shouldered with a buzz cut, barked, "Step out of the vehicle, sir." Robert lowered his window, calm as stone. "Who are you?" he asked, voice low. The shorter one, wiry and twitching, circled to the driver's door, hand on a pair of cuffs. "Noncompliance, code 129A. Step out now." Robert's eyes narrowed. "There's no HOA here. You're on private property." The tall one smirked. "We enforce community standards. You're obstructing." Robert leaned forward. "Last chance. Identify yourselves." They didn't. Instead, they yanked open the door, cuffed him, and pinned him against the hood. The metal was cold, the cuffs tight. "You just assaulted a federal officer," Robert said, voice deadly quiet. They laughed. "Sure, buddy." Robert's jaw clenched. "My name's Robert Callahan, U.S. Marshal. That car's government registered. This vest's wired. You're being recorded." Silence. The tall one's smirk faded. He whispered into a mic on his collar. "He's bluffing." Robert tilted his head. "Try me." A crackle from an earpiece. "Abort. Get out now." Panic flickered in their eyes. Another SUV pulled up, sleek and polished. A third man stepped out, no vest, just a black jacket and a predator's calm. "What's the issue?" he asked. The short one muttered. "Says he's a marshal. Name's Callahan." The man in the jacket typed on his phone, waited, then looked up. "Uncuff him." The cuffs clicked open. Robert rubbed his wrists, red but unbroken. "Who are you?" he asked. The man stared back. "We maintain order. Your name flagged our system." Robert stepped closer. "You're not law. You're criminals' fake badges, unmarked vans." The man's lips twitched. "We protect against chaos." Robert's voice cut like a blade. "You are chaos." Sirens wailed in the distance. The man's calm cracked. "Let's go." The SUVs peeled out, leaving dust and questions. Robert tapped his collar mic, code black. "Unknown actors impersonating the law. Armed. I'm activating federal jurisdiction." This wasn't over, it was just beginning. Another SUV rolled up, heavier, with Compliance Task Force spray painted on the side. Three more men jumped out, tactical boots, vests, one clutching a clipboard like a shield, another gripping a humming taser. Robert stood his ground. Then his front door flew open. Laura, his wife, a 50-year-old ATF agent with fire in her eyes, stormed onto the porch. "What the hell's going on?" she shouted. The clipboard guy raised a hand. "Ma'am, return to your residence. This is an enforcement perimeter." Laura's laugh was sharp. "Enforcement of what? This is our land. There's no HOA here." The taser guy snapped. "Your property's flagged for non-compliance water usage, visual standards, perimeter faults." Robert stepped forward. "You mean the fence we fixed after the storm?" Laura pulled out her ID. "ATF, federal clearance. I outrank your fake unit." The men froze. Clipboard guy radioed. "Command, are they in the registry?" Static, then a coded burst. "Not civilian." Laura's eyes blazed. "You're not independent. Someone's feeding you intel." The clipboard dropped. One man bolted. Robert tackled him, dirt flying. "Who gave the order?" The man gasped. "Just coordinates non-compliant units' red zones." Laura hissed. "They marked us red." A flatbed truck rolled in, loaded with surveillance gear, dishes, cables, military surplus. Robert pointed. "That's not HOA. That's Black Ops." The man on the ground stammered. "We were told the house was empty, residents inactive." Laura's voice dropped. "You mean dead?" Silence. Sirens grew louder. The men scattered. Robert eyed the truck's blinking console. "We just became their biggest problem." Later, Robert sat on the back steps, cuffs beside him, snapped open with a hidden key in his watch. Laura appeared, phone to her ear. "Feds are coming, but someone's stalling." Robert nodded. "They're scared to touch this." His phone buzzed. One word, run. His blood ran cold. They drove to a warehouse on 47th Street, a rusted shell marked T&M Hauling. Inside, they found binders, monitors, and street cams. A man with a shotgun, Mitchell, the logistics head, stood waiting. "You don't belong here," he growled. Robert stepped forward. "Neither do you. This is containment, not zoning." Laura spotted a blinking panel, a countdown. "It's a wipe trigger." Robert ordered, "Step away, Mitchell." The man laughed. "This isn't the only site." Robert fired, non-lethal weapon. Mitchell dropped, screaming. Laura downloaded logs, names, payments, and red-listed properties. "They're erasing residents," she whispered. A crash below. Reinforcements. They fled with the drive, the warehouse exploding behind them. Evidence survived, but the fight was far from over. Back home, news vans swarmed. Robert faced the cameras, driving in hand. "This isn't about zoning. It's about hidden power." A man approached Elliot, polished, expensive watch. "You're making noise, Callahan," he said. Robert stared. "That's the point." Elliot's smile was thin. "This is balance. Neighborhoods need watchers." Robert spat. "Fear isn't order." Elliot leaned in. "Walk away, or your family pays." Robert's hand twitched. "Say her name again." Elliot left, but Laura's phone buzzed. Her ATF clearance gone. The blackout had begun. That night, Robert found the house empty. Laura's coffee was warm, a sandal by the door. His phone pinged a video. Laura, zip-tied, blood on her lip, a figure in a hoodie behind her. "Walk away, or she's gone," a distorted voice said. Robert memorized the scene. Industrial, wide echo. The Old Waste Center is on Miller Road. He geared up, drove, and breached the lot. 2 guards down, silent. Inside, Laura sat, untied now, glaring at her captor. "He's coming," she said. The man sneered. "He'll walk away," Laura smirked. "You don't know him." Robert dropped from a catwalk, took out 2 guards, then the third as alarms blared. He cut Laura free. The speaker crackled. "Your final move." Laura grabbed a radio. "This is Laura Callahan, still standing." "You missed." Darkness fell. Gunfire erupted. They ran, gas hissing from vents. Laura pried open a sealed door. They stumbled into the night, choking but alive. The next day, Robert leaked the drive to every outlet. Names, logs, proof. The network collapsed. Mitchell arrested. Elliot vanished. Federal raids dismantled the operation. Robert and Laura stood on their porch, the street quiet again. "They thought they could scare us," Laura said. Robert nodded. "They forgot who we are." What did you think of Robert and Laura's fight against this hidden power? Was their use of force justified, or did they cross a line? Share your thoughts in the comments below, especially on the bigger issues of violence and injustice in our communities. Where do you stand?